Welcome to our deep dive into the shadowy world of organized crime, where power, loyalty, and betrayal reign supreme. In this video, we'll explore the top 10 mafia bosses in history, uncovering the stories behind these notorious figures who shaped the criminal underworld. From their rise to power to their ultimate downfalls, each boss left an indelible mark on society and the criminal landscape. Join us as we unravel the fascinating tales of these infamous mafia leaders. Al Capone. Al Capone, often dubbed Scarface, rose to power during the Prohibition era, capitalizing on the illegal alcohol trade in Chicago. His criminal empire thrived through bootlegging, gambling, and violence, making him a household name and a symbol of organized crime. The public was both fascinated and horrified by Capone's lavish lifestyle and ruthless tactics, which included orchestrating the infamous St. Valentine's Day massacre. However, his reign came to an end when law enforcement, led by the IRS, finally brought him down on charges of tax evasion in 1931. Capone's legacy endures as a cautionary tale of power, excess, and the consequences of a life of crime. 2. Lucky Luciano. Lucky Luciano is often regarded as the father of modern organized crime in America. He played a pivotal role in establishing the National Crime Syndicate, uniting various mafia factions to create a more structured and efficient criminal enterprise. Luciano's innovative approach transformed organized crime into a business, emphasizing cooperation among different groups and streamlining operations. His vision led to the creation of the Commission, which helped mediate disputes and maintain order within the mafia. Luciano's influence extended far beyond his time, shaping the strategies and operations of future mafia leaders, ensuring that his legacy would endure in the annals of organized crime history. 3. John Gotti. John Gotti, famously known as the Teflon Don, captivated the public with his flamboyant lifestyle and charismatic media presence. As the head of the Gambino crime family, Gotti was known for his sharp suits, lavish parties, and brazen confidence, which made him a notorious figure in the world of organized crime. His leadership marked a new era for the Gambinos, as he openly flaunted his power and influence. However, Gotti's luck eventually ran out after several high-profile trials. He was convicted in 1992 on charges of murder, racketeering, and conspiracy. His imprisonment marked the decline of his once mighty empire and solidified his legacy in mafia history. 4. Vito Genovese. Vito Genovese was a formidable figure in the world of organized crime, rising to power in the 1930s and eventually leading the Genovese crime family. His criminal activities included extortion, drug trafficking, and racketeering, which solidified his reputation as a ruthless leader. Genovese's ambition often put him at odds with other mafia leaders, particularly with Lucky Luciano and Frank Costello, leading to intense rivalries that shaped the dynamics of the mafia landscape. Despite his eventual imprisonment, Genovese's legacy endures through the continued influence of his crime family. His strategic approach to organized crime left a lasting impact, shaping the operations of future mafia leaders for decades. 5. Carlo Gambino. Carlo Gambino was a powerful mafia boss who led the Gambino crime family with a blend of cunning strategy and low-profile tactics. Taking control in the 1950s, Gambino preferred to operate behind the scenes, avoiding the spotlight that often accompanied organized crime. His approach allowed him to build a vast network of influence while minimizing law enforcement attention. Under his leadership, the Gambino family became one of the most powerful crime syndicates in New York, engaging in various illicit activities, including extortion and loan sharking. Gambino's legacy is marked by his ability to maintain power quietly, setting a precedent for future mafia operations in the city. 6. Frank Costello. Frank Costello, often referred to as the Prime Minister of the Mafia, was a master of political connections and influence. As a key figure in the Luciano crime family, Costello skillfully navigated the intersection of organized crime and legitimate business, leveraging his relationships with politicians and law enforcement to protect his interests. His ability to maintain power stemmed from his strategic approach, which included fostering alliances and using bribery to secure favorable outcomes. Costello's low-key demeanor and preference for negotiation over violence allowed him to control the criminal landscape effectively. His legacy is one of cunning and diplomacy, shaping the future of organized crime in America. 7. Salvatore Riina. Salvatore Riina, a notorious Sicilian mafia boss, led the Corleonesi faction with brutal tactics that instilled fear throughout Italy. His leadership marked a violent era for the Sicilian Mafia, particularly during the Second Mafia War, where he orchestrated a campaign of terror against rival families, resulting in numerous assassinations. Riina's ruthless approach aimed to consolidate power and eliminate opposition, making him one of the most feared figures in organized crime. However, his reign came to an end in 1993 when he was captured by law enforcement after years of evasion. Riina's imprisonment marked a significant turning point in the fight against the Sicilian Mafia. 8. Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar, the infamous Colombian drug lord, rose to power in the 1980s, establishing himself as the leader of the Medellin cartel. His control over the cocaine trade allowed him to amass staggering wealth, making him one of the richest men in the world and granting him significant influence in Colombia. Escobar's wealth enabled him to fund social projects, earning him a Robin Hood-like reputation among some locals. However, his reign was marked by extreme violence, including bombings and assassinations, as he sought to eliminate rivals and intimidate authorities. Ultimately, Escobar's violent tactics led to his downfall, culminating in his death in 1993 during a police raid. 9. Meyer Lansky. Meyer Lansky was a pivotal figure in organized crime, often regarded as the financial mastermind behind the mafia's operations. He played a crucial role in developing the casino industry, particularly in Las Vegas, where he helped establish the foundations for mob-controlled gambling. Lansky's connections with various crime families, including the Genovese and Gambino families, allowed him to navigate the complex landscape of organized crime while maintaining a low profile. His expertise in finance and strategic investments enabled him to launder money and maximize profits for the mafia. Lansky's legacy endures as a key architect of organized crime's financial strategies, influencing future generations of criminals. 10. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Joaquin El Chapo Guzman emerged as one of the most notorious drug lords in modern history, leading the Sinaloa cartel to become a dominant force in the global drug trade. His leadership was marked by innovative smuggling techniques and a vast network that extended across multiple countries. Guzman's dramatic escapes from prison, including a high-profile breakout in 2015 through a tunnel, captured media attention and solidified his status as a folk hero among some. However, his eventual capture in 2016 by Mexican authorities marked a significant blow to the Sinaloa cartel, disrupting drug trafficking operations and altering the landscape of organized crime in Mexico. In this video, we explored the lives and legacies of the top mafia bosses in history, from Al Capone's rise during Prohibition to Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's modern drug empire. Each figure showcased unique strategies, brutal tactics, and significant impacts on organized crime, leaving behind stories that continue to fascinate us. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of organized crime, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Don't forget to like and share this video with others.